Hammond. Our inquiry question for the week is, how can a character's ideas evolve? This was the same inquiry question as last week, so we're still working with the same one. We also worked with our genre of realistic fiction last week. We're going to be working with it again this week. So let's talk about the parts of realistic fiction. One part is the characters and events are similar to those in real life. The characters may have adventures while reaching a goal, and the dialogue and descriptive details create suspense. So now let's talk about rereading. We talked about it last week, so we're still working with it this week. Sometimes the best readers don't always understand everything that they read the first time. You can reread it to help you remember important information and make sure you are understanding the story. So when we reread, that really helps with our comprehension skill. Today you will be listening to A Shelter in a Storm. While you read, I want you to try and fill out this bubble. When I read A Shelter in a Storm, I had to reread. So we already know what story we are reading. Now you need to put in, what did you have to reread? So now I want to model how I will reread. So please listen while I model my rereading. Shelter in a Storm. Standing on the porch with the storm raging, Dwight Guthrie watched for his father-in-law Harlan. He lifted his hand to shield his face from the driving rains brought on by the hurricane. "Do you see Grandpa?" his daughter Natalie shouted from the open door. Her grandfather had left several hours ago to help a friend prepare for the storm, and he hadn't returned. "I can't see anything," answered Dwight, as he hurried inside, shivering from the wet and cold. So I can reread the opening part of the story to make sure I understand why the family is worried about Grandpa. So I'm going to reread the opening part. Standing on the porch with the storm raging, Dwight Guthrie watched for his father-in-law Harlan. He lifted his hands to shield his face from the driving rains brought on by the hurricane. "Do you see Grandpa?" his daughter Natalie shouted from the open door. Her grandfather had left several hours ago to help a friend prepare for the storm, and he hadn't returned. "I can't see anything," answered Dwight, as he hurried inside, shivering from the wet and cold. So I think the family is worried because there's a hurricane coming. They're kind of worried about their grandpa. So for today, while you're reading, I want you to go back and reread when you don't understand something. Make sure to watch all of the videos on here and go and work on your to-do list. Have a great day, guys.